What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day, and today we got a dope video for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoy this little tutorial guide thing I'm about to do. So yeah guys, I just want to take a minute to say sorry I haven't uploaded in a week. Been busy doing stuff, so today I thought I'd drop a video on how to help you guys be a defensive monster in NHL 18, baby. Let's get it. Now, as you guys know, and I really do believe this, defense does win championships. As much as people want to argue, nah, it's all about that offense. In all fairness, man, like, especially with soccer and football and hockey, defense is so critical. I feel like the NBA is the only thing that you just really need an offensive juggernaut type of team and you'll always win. NBA is one of those sports that are very different from every other sport, but other than that, defense is very important. So for that, I'm gonna go over 10 basic strats that will help your defense in NHL 18. And the very first thing that is important is our defensive strats. Now, the defensive strats are the most important thing by far in the game. Obviously, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, these are your strategies. So here we got the team strategies, and then we can pick a strategy for each individual line. Obviously, if you want to go try hard, you can just kind of change everything. So you could have your first 3 lines go offense, or your first 2 lines offense, your 3rd line just a forecheck, and your 4th line a whole complete defensive role. But for this, we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to keep it one basic defensive strat. So as you guys can see, starting off with the forecheck, I keep it very simple. I do the 1-2-2 passive. So basically we got one guy in the O zone, and then we got 2 guys in the neutral zone and 2 guys on the D zone. Keep it very simple. And then moving on to our neutral zone, as you guys can see, we have the 1-4. This is a great way to play the trap, and it does make it harder for your opponent to break out through the neutral zone over the blue line. It's basically 4 guys just sit on the blue line, and 1 guy just chases the puck carrier. I find this is very easy if you're trying to park the bus. Obviously I like this just because it really helps with defense, and for the purpose of this video we're gonna keep it on the 1-4. Now the trap and forecheck, I keep it at 0 just because I keep it a little bit above the middle here. So this would be the middle. I keep it about 1 to 2 higher than the normal, just because I don't want my whole team going in their zone forechecking and then having a 2-on-1 odd man rush or whatever. So for that, I don't put the forecheck and the trap all the way up, just to make it easier for my defensemen and so they can get back easier. Offensive pressure, I like to keep it aggressive. That's just me, but we're only going to be talking about the defense in this video. So we're going to go with the puck slide attack. This is just me personally. I don't like to go too high pressure because then I find players do overcommit. So I don't like to keep it on normal, just puck slide attack, and it's just very helpful when players are trying to break out through the board side of play. So I like to keep the defensive strategy on tight point, just so I can shut down those defensemen who try and set up for those one-timers. Penalty kill, we do the large box. I don't really like the passive box or the diamond. For me, I just find the large box always works. You got the 2 guys up top, 2 guys down low, prevents the cross creases, and it prevents the D-men from one-timing it. So power play, we go overload. That's not very important. Power play, carry and dump. I don't like when my computers dump the puck. It gets very annoying, but that's not important. Control breakout, so our strong side slant, and then our power play, blah blah blah, quick breakout, and then we got our 3-on-3 offense. I obviously keep it passive just because I don't want them to be aggressive and then there'd be a breakaway so easily on a 3-on-3 overtime critical situation, as you guys know. So those are just my defensive strategies. That's personally what I roll with. Obviously some of you guys may not play the same play style as me. Everyone's different, obviously. So So yeah, guys, we are going to move on to the second basic strategy on defense. Alright guys, so the second most important thing I find for your defense is obviously the players you play with, especially if you're playing my team. People get very competitive, so this is probably the most important thing to keep in mind is who you have on your team. Obviously, if you have a full line of Patrick Kane, Alexander Ovechkin, and Patrick Laine, obviously your defense isn't going to be that great. All guys just goal scorers and don't really know defense too well. Obviously, the higher the card, the better their defense, but obviously having certain players will up your defensive stats, such as Bergeron or someone like even Anze Kopitar, who play that defensive style. So keep in mind who you have. You want to obviously not only focus on your defense, but balance your defense with your offense. But like I said, defense does win championships, and you just want to balance more so the defense than the offense, in my opinion. Alright guys, so moving on to number 3, I want to talk to you guys about patience. As you guys know, patience is actually very important playing any sports games, to be honest, especially sports games. I find patience is probably the most important trait to have, whether it be on offense or defense, because at the end of the day, if you're not patient enough, or if you get too cocky, obviously things can turn around and cost you dearly in the game. Could be a goal that ends the game later on, could be a 1-0 game, could be a 6-0 game, you never know. But patience is always important to have, because when you overcommit on plays, obviously, whether it be trying to hit a player and missing and then resulting in a 2-on-1 rush, or overcommitting, whether it be an extra stride or glide and you miss the puck carrier trying to poke the puck off of them, it could cost you dearly and result in them getting a shot or passing the puck to another player that could also get another shot on net. So obviously you want to stay in range of the puck carrier, but not too close where he can dangle right around you and obviously make you pay for that. So patience is very important. You want to stay in formation, but at the same time apply pressure on the puck carrier. Now with that being said, guys, obviously moving on with number 4 here, I think positioning is definitely just as important as patience, but a lot of these things interlock with each other, as you guys will see later on in the video. But it's basically just a ginormous domino effect. So obviously, as you guys know, positioning is very important. Improper back skating or even wrong coverage could lead to huge disastrous results, whether it be goals, penalties, etc. So a lot of things can happen, and obviously you don't want to get pressured like that when you're out of position. So mainly positioning through the neutral zone and the D zones, obviously what I want to talk about. So in the neutral zone, you guys obviously want to prevent any breakout passes or even any odd man rushes at all. Obviously you guys are never gonna play a game where you never get an odd man rush against your team. It's basically impossible, but these are just the ways that you can help prevent any scoring chances to happen when you're on an odd man rush. So whether it be a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2, whatever, for this instance it's going to be a 3-on-2, and you want to go and you see a guy and you want to lay out a big hit. Obviously if he gets the pass off and you get the hit, yeah, you may have laid the guy out, but now it just went from a 3-on-2 rush to a 2-on-1, and now you're the last defender. So that's why I put patience as the third thing, as you guys see. I find it plays a big role because, you know, you obviously want to distance yourself and you don't want to overcommit on the play, because once you do that, then you really just mess up the whole chain of events going on. So it's never good to really overcommit, and you just want to keep your distance but still play tight defense. And moving on to number 5, we're not talking about that ocho though. But number 5, guys, knowing your audience. Obviously, what I mean by that is your opponent and their team. It's obviously important to download your opponent's strats and techniques and process it early on in the game rather than have you guess what they're going to be doing later on in the game, and their motions and their patterns. So I mean, it's better to learn it early on in the game as possible, and it'll really help you later on when you shut them down. So a great example of this is just even the way they love to dangle. If they love to do these fancy moves, obviously don't try and go in for the hits as much. Not saying that you shouldn't hit it all, but just be careful. See what kind of dangles they love to do. If they love to do the toe drag, the overhand windmill, etc, etc. Also see whether or not they love to break out through the middle or alongside the boards. Obviously, if they're those type of guys who love to rush it down the boards and go right behind the net down low, pass it back to the point, obviously you want to stay aware of that if they do that every time. Or if they love to break out through the middle and try and make something happen like Connor McDavid, I don't know. But even their shot selection, see where they love to shoot, whether they love to try and snipe from inside the face-off circle, or if they love to pass it between their defensemen and try and one-time it. It's always good to know what your opponent's thinking before they're actually thinking it. That way you can break up the pass lane and you can turn the puck over. So with that being said, let's move on to number 6, baby. Again, this is going to be one of those things where you guys just got to hear me out. Now, I think this is actually one of the most important aspects of hockey in general. And what I'm talking about is face-offs. Face-offs are completely crucial to the aspects of the game. Whether it be you icing the puck, going offside, or taking penalties that result in a stoppage of play and that results in a new play. Face-offs are important, whether it be you getting a goal for or a goal against. Obviously, it helps your chances of keeping the puck out of your net. So it is very important that you guys know your face-offs. I haven't done a face-off tutorial, but if you guys do want me to do a face-off tutorial, comment down below and I'll be sure to try and make one soon enough. But if you guys are really trying to learn face-offs right now, I would just suggest you go on YouTube, look at some guys, and look at the 5 different ways you can win face-offs. There's the backhand, the forehand, whatever it may be, however you may do it, the tie-up, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. So face-offs are important. If you guys don't for sure know how to do face-offs yet, that might be a reason why you are losing as many games as you might be, or you're not doing so well defensively in your game. So make sure you guys know your face-offs. We're going to keep this one very simple, and I just want to talk to you guys quickly about anticipation. Anticipation is very important. I don't want to go too in depth about this, but you guys just want to anticipate your opponent's moves, whether it be passes, shots, or whatever, so you can intercept the pass or block the shot or poke the puck away and prevent any breakout passes. So I don't want to go too in depth about anticipation. It's more so a thing you will learn later on when playing multiple games. It's just a learning process. So it's not more so a defensive strategy, but something to keep aware of, and it will help a lot in your game if you do anticipate more of your opponent's moves and strategies. So next time you guys do see any open lanes for your opponent to pass to their teammates, make sure you kind of just cover that a little bit more, or just like I said earlier, watch what they do and kind of anticipate where they're going to be passing the puck, where they're going to be shooting, where they like to shoot, and try and get to that spot and make sure you block it. So anticipation could be a lot of things, but yeah, like I said, it's a learning process. You guys will learn as it goes on, but it is very important to know. So, and finally guys, we are on number 10, and we are just briefly gonna just talk about discipline here. Nothing too much to talk about. Discipline, penalties, whatever you want to call it. Penalties are very key in this game, and taking penalties can result in obviously face-off thoughts in your own zone. And like I said earlier guys, taking face-offs, losing them, could result in a goal against, and if you don't get scored on, it could be just as bad, considering you'd have to kill off the whole penalty a man short, and that would just keep the pressure on you. So better and safer said than done if you guys just stay completely disciplined and try not to take penalties as too often. I guess 1 or 2 a game is fine, but when you start taking 5 or 6, that's when your opponent's gonna make you pay. So make sure you guys stay disciplined, and that is gonna help you guys with winning on the defensive side. So with that being said, guys, those are my 10 aspects of the defensive game that I play to help me win. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little tutorial guide video, whatever you want to call it, and hopefully this improves your guys' defensive game side of your play. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, comment what you guys want to see else. If these tutorials did help you guys out, let me know. I might do an offense one if you guys really want to see that. I wouldn't mind making one. Kind of had fun doing this defensive one. So yeah, guys, if this is your first time around, like I always say, subscribe for more content like this. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.